Because fasting is when, knowing that there's a war between flesh and spirit, fasting is when you disable, listen clearly, fasting is when you disable the power and influence of the flesh in order to enable the power and influence of the spirit. So when you're fasting, it's not just about putting away food and putting away social media, but it's about having a heart desiring that Yahweh have power and influence exclusively over your life versus your flesh, which is controlled and influenced by the prince of the what? Of the air. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? This gives the kingdom of light, when we fast, the upper hand in this battle. A war that we can't fight in and of ourselves, but it is a war that we fight daily. If you've been saved long enough, it's a war. And I say this at you movement, if there's not a war in you and you say you're a believer, you might need to go back to your prayer room, because there may be some areas in your life you're not surrendering. Because if there's always ease in your life and never a war within you and outside of you, then that means you might be still on the wrong side. So we have to be careful. So people of y'all know that the enemy hates the kingdom of light. Know that the enemy, he hates you and your children and your grandchildren and your friends and loved ones. He don't like you. He don't tolerate you. He hates you. Matthew chapter 11:12 says this. Matthew chapter 11 verse 12 says, and from the days of John the Baptist unto now, the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and the violent take it by what? By force. So don't play with the enemy. War against him. War together as a family refuge by the Holy Spirit against the ways of the enemy. Don't be passive. But in these last days, people of God, people of Yahweh, be aggressive in your prayers. Be violent in your prayers. For war is not for the passive. And if anybody in here been in the military, war is not for the passive, but it's for those who are willing to get violent and aggressive when need be, for the sake of protecting those they've been called to protect. Resist him violently, people of God. Fight him for you, for your family, for your neighbors. Fight him violently. That's why the Bible says, war in the spirit. War in the spirit doesn't mean that, Lord, just come have your way. War in the spirit is, I know who you are. I know who I am. Have your way, God. We were warned this morning in praise and worship. War in the spirit.